going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning into the X Button Gaming channel. As always, I'm Chris, and I'm here to do a little bit of an unboxing video today. Not unboxing as in like a new cool collector's edition, but the last few weeks have been crazy busy, and this usually doesn't happen, but I actually have had a few packages back up that I haven't had a chance to open. And because of that, I thought I'd just open them on camera because sometimes it's fun to look things over for the first time with an audience, I guess. And one of these items is really cool, and I have seen almost nothing about it. It's not a game, but it is video game related. So I'm excited to open that and show it off here too. But just a few items, so this shouldn't be too long of a video. We'll start here with the first one. It's just a quick, easy little envelope. I know this is a PS4 game. A little bit of an impulse buy, but not in the sense that I didn't want it anyway. And that is the Sega Genesis Classics collection for the PS4. I believe this also got a physical release for the Switch. I don't know if it got one for the Xbox, but this is a cool collection because it has, I believe it's over 50 games. It has them all listed out back here, but I'm not going to start naming them all off. But yeah, I mean, all the Sonics. Main reason I want to own it is because I love ToeJam and Earl, and anything ToeJam and Earl related, I want to own at some point. I actually have this game digitally on Switch when it came out, probably 2018, 2017, not long after the Switch came out. I bought it digitally to play ToeJam and Earl online with a couple of friends, and we played it a few times, but per the norm, I don't play as often on my Switch unless it's like exclusive stuff. So the PlayStation version is the way to go, and I'm excited for the trophies because I always like to get trophies. So this, I believe, is complete. It came with a poster it has Golden Axe on one side. Pretty cool, very 80s and 90s inspired. Probably it may even be what the cover looked like. I don't know. This doesn't look familiar. I never actually played Golden Axe, so I should probably play them on this collection. And then on the other side, you got Streets of Rage. So it's pretty cool that it came with this poster. I didn't do my research before buying this. It was like I may have already said, it was a bit of an impulse purchase. So I don't know if this is actually complete, if the poster came with all copies or not, and if it also was supposed to have a manual, but I doubt it because it does have the warning information stuff on the inside of the cover. But for those who don't know, part of the reason I did decide to impulse buy it is because they're pulling all these games off the virtual stores, PlayStation Network, eShop. It's not the eShop anymore, is it? Whatever it's called. And the Xbox store. And just because of that, I figured maybe I should get this because it's something I've had on my list for a long time to get anyway. So there's always potential that this could become more expensive. I cannot imagine that these games will not be accessible in one form or another. They might be pulling them off just because they plan on re-releasing them in another combination pack or something like that. But anyway, so that's that. I was pretty excited to get this. So next we have a box. It's an Amazon box, but this was an eBay purchase. And this was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about this. This is one of those eBay purchases that this was not on my list. Like maybe on my long list, but not on my short list of things that I'm actually really looking for. But I like to look at the video game listings that are ending soon. Just generic, go on eBay, video games, what's ending soon. And I'll look at like the upcoming 30 minutes or so. And just throw that off to the side. And this was ending, and I want to say it was like $55 and free shipping, and I was like, dude, that's too cool to not have. And I have a CRT, so I can use this. And that is Time Crisis 2 plus the Gun Con, the big box for PS2, obviously. So yeah, I've never owned a Gun Con before. I've played it in arcades. I love Time Crisis 2, 3, and 4. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, to have this with the big box and everything felt like a must. I was really excited to get it, and that price felt pretty good. I looked to see what it normally goes for, and it seemed like it was closer to 100. And like I said, I got it for probably about 60 with free shipping. Games Complete has the manual. Disc is in decent shape. It's one of those blue-backed discs, which was like the earlier launch of the PS2 titles. I don't remember what the significance of that was, but I do remember I had a PS2 when I was a kid, one of the fat ones, and it was some, I don't need to get into the whole story, but it had issues. It didn't work correctly, and it would not read the blue back disc. It would read anything else, but it would not read those for some reason. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, this is complete. It does have the gun con in here. All the cables and everything seem to be intact. So I was pretty excited to get this because there's some other PS2 and PS1 gun con games I've always wanted to play. Specifically, like PS1, I've always wanted to play the point blank games. And I recently just seen a video somebody posted talking about those games, and it reminded me that I wanted to play them. So finding this was kind of timely, but like I said, wasn't really on my list of things that I was looking out for, but for that price, I felt like a definite no-brainer for me. All right, and then lastly, like I said, the last one is not a video game, but it is game-related. So anybody who knows might recognize this kind of packaging. This is a vinyl record of a game that I have a lot of fondness of. So if anybody who watches this has listened to the podcast before, we recently did a Nintendo 64 themed episode, and I mentioned one of my favorite games is Pokemon Puzzle League. It uses the Puzzle Upon, puzzle style gameplay. And when I played that originally, I was super excited because me and my mom were really, really into Tetris Attack on the Super Nintendo. So it was like a win-win for me. Tetris Attack that I already loved, but mixed with Pokemon. So when I found out through my friend Ryan, who, if you haven't listened to the podcast episode, we did one 6 months ago or so on video game finals, which is a wild, there's a lot to learn in the video game vinyl realm. And it's a very informative episode. Like I said, my friend Ryan is very in the know on all of it. It's a great episode if you have any interest in getting into the vinyl collecting scene in the video game world. Because he has a lot of information, and I'm still learning things even after that episode. But he reached out to me because they were doing pre-orders for this specific vinyl, and my friend James had mentioned that I would probably be interested in it. So, and that is Tetris Attack, which was, for anybody who's not familiar, a Super Nintendo game. Like I said, based off the Panel de Pon series. So I'll do a quick little show and tell of this, because this is the first time I've seen it as well. I've only seen a little bit of what the cover looked like. So here is what the actual vinyl housing looks like. On this side you have all the little panel pieces that you have to put together to clear. Then you have Yoshi, Bowser, little baby Yoshi, and then that dude from Yoshi's Island, who I do not remember his name. Really cool cover, very much so like it. And the back is super cool. It's got the whole track list. But then it's done so in a way where it looks like a two-player, or like, I guess it's not necessarily two-player, any verses where you're playing against somebody else. And it's got all the tracks, the composers, the runtime of the whole vinyl. Yeah, just very well detailed. So for any that don't know, just a little bit more backstory. This is not an official Nintendo release vinyl. This is a bootleg. So unless you know somebody, which that makes it sound like I'm cool and in the know. I'm usually not very in the know on things. But unless you happen to know somebody, these can be pretty hard to get because they just do a small printing and maybe, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a reprint on some of them. But generally speaking, a small print and then they're done. And they're a printing of the actual video game soundtrack. It's a pull from the audio of the games as clear as can be. And if I am saying anything wrong, my friend Ryan is going to watch this video and he will correct me in the comments. I'm begging him to do that. So hopefully everything I'm saying is correct. So anyway, so this is, like I said, the casing, the housing for it. This is a little like art insert. It has a nice bunch. I'm not going to read it all because we'd be here for a while, but there is a bunch of like notes from the different people who probably worked on the game. I'm not going to get into that. But super cool. If anybody wants a picture of that, let me know and I'll post it somewhere. And then finally, just to show the vinyls, we will pull them out. They're a really cool blue color. On one side, you have Poochie and the monkey dude. Yeah, I'm getting technical with the names here. And then Yoshi and Baby Yoshi on that side. And this is, so side C and D, because I have them well represented on there. And then lastly, I'll show you the A and B sides. This one is a cool like purple color. On one side you have the frog and the crab. And on the other side you got Lakitu and one of the cloud bird seagull things. I don't know if it's easy. Yeah, it's easy to tell the color on the camera. But yeah, so this is super cool. I'm very excited about this. I would be lying if I said I'm like an audiophile. If I said I'm like really in the know on this kind of stuff, I'm definitely not. But when I love a game, I love to have like the vinyl on it. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to this on repeat because it's a great soundtrack. And what's cool too is it's not just the music. They even included little sound bits in between some of the songs for some of the different just sound effects and stuff that are made too. So it's a super cool vinyl. Super happy to have it. And like I said, if you have any questions about this, about vinyl collecting, trying to get into the vinyl scene, feel free to join the Discord and talk to my friend Ryan in there. He'll be happy to help you out. So that is it. It's not all my pickups for the month, but just a few of the ones that I've gotten recently that I hadn't had time to unbox yet. So I'm happy to have done that. I'd like to know what you thought. If you have any opinions, any thoughts on any of these games, the Time Crisis 2, this vinyl. If you play Tetris Attack, let me know too, because it's a game I have a lot of fondness for. And then that Sega Genesis Classics collection, just as a note for collectors, it might be something worth keeping an eye on, because it does. I mean, who knows if the price will go up because of those games being delisted on the different storefronts. So just a heads up. It could very well not go up at all though, because these games are available in 1,000 different ways. So I'm just happy to have it for the trophy support, and any way I can play ToeJam and Earl again, I'm excited. So, all right, well, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support in the last video too on trophies. I got a lot of comments, a lot of new followers and subscribers from that. I really appreciate that. It's been super nice to have more people talk and join the X Button community. So thank you for all the support there. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. I appreciate any extra followers we can get. It helps grow the channel. And remember to always press X to continue.